Um, It is 5 o'clock, and I'm going to call this meeting to order. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, council members, city officials. Welcome to the December 16, 2025 special city council meeting. We are meeting at 26 South Paint Street, Chiillicothe, Ohio, and I will ask the clerk to call the roll in just a moment.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. Bennett. Payne.
Here.
McCourt.
Here.
Barnes.
Here.
McKeever.
Here.
Dement.
Here.
Preston. Dunn.
Here.
Here.
Creed.
Councilmember Bennett is not here at the moment. Is there a motion to excuse her from tonight's meeting? Motion by Mr. Dement, second by Mr. McQuirt, and the clerk will call the roll.
Payne.
Yes.
McCourt.
Yes.
Barnes.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Dement.
Yes.
Preston.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
Ms. Bennett is excused. I would now ask if Ms. Payne would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. The minutes from our last regular meeting will be considered at the next regular meeting, which will be next Monday. And so at this point, we would be moving to reports of committees, but because this is a special meeting, unless someone has something that they wish to report, we're going to go ahead and dispense with those, and we'll have those next week. But we have one council member who would like to raise an issue.
First, I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3-day receipt rule on the agenda.
Is there a second? Second, Ms. Payne. The clerk will call the roll relative to the waiver.
Payne.
Yes.
McCourt.
Yes.
Barnes.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Dement.
Yes.
Preston.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
The 3-day rule is waived. Councilman Creed.
Second thing, I'd like to add an additional item to the agenda is item number 4. And all the council members have it in front of them, and that's the where we determined that previously authorized appropriations are no longer necessary for the originally intended purpose, and removing such appropriations and transferring the amounts to unappropriated balances will assist the city in covering year-end obligations and avoiding appropriations in excess of available resources. So I'd like to make a motion to add that to the agenda and waive the 3-day receipt rule on that as well.
Is there a second? Ms. Preston. One thing I just want to point out is this was discussed at a meeting, correct? That the unappropriated balances.
Yes, we discussed it yesterday.
Okay. With that, I would ask for the clerk to call the roll.
Payne.
Yes.
McCourt.
Yes.
Barnes.
Yes.
McKeever.
Yes.
Dement.
Yes.
Preston.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
The 3-day notice is waived, and that item will be added to the agenda. Next, we would move to report of officials. Mayor Feeney.
President Schumer, the only thing I'll note is that the special meeting notice that went out yesterday before 3 o'clock only had one agenda item on it. And so I just want to make sure that the Councilman Creed made a motion to add a fourth agenda item. I think that should have, well, I'll let you resolve that topic, but the agenda that went out yesterday had one item on it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm aware, but at this point, we're gonna go forward, and we'll determine whether that will be appropriate.
Thank you.
But rather than set that aside, we'll go forward. Councilman Creed.
All right, so all 4 items on the agenda are Finance Committee. The first one is the 2026 budget. So in that budget, we have current staffing levels, except for the police and fire departments. So there will be, we're not budgeting 1 member in the police and 1 member in the fire department, which will leave the police department at 39 police officers, 49 total. Fire department at 33 firefighters, 44 total, 1 less than what we budgeted for this year. And then our goal is to hopefully go back and reappropriate those positions next year. The capital, a lot of those items were moved from capital into expense lines, as we discussed yesterday. And then some things that weren't able to be determined if they were capital or not were removed. And once we have a chance to go back after the first year, we either add them back as capital items or reappropriate them with general fund if the funds are available and it's determined that those things are necessary for the city. Second item is the final payroll, fringes, pensions for the city for this year. At the appropriate time, I'll make a motion to waive the 3-read rule on that. The third item is the street levy, which is, again, 0.2% municipal income tax. We will have a review session next Monday at 6 o'clock to go into more detail about it before we have the second read on that. So this is just our first reading. We've discussed it already as committee, and we'll get more detail next week from the administration on that. And then the fourth item, as I talked about earlier, is the unappropriated balances. And I'll make the motion to waive the 3-read rule on that as well so that the auditor's office can get those things taken care of before the end of the year. That concludes my report.
Are there any other reports from committees? Hearing none, I will once again turn back to the mayor. Do you have any report? No report from the mayor. What about the auditor's office? No report there. Okay, we'll move on to audience participation. Any person wishing to address council must first provide his or her name and address. Comments shall be limited to 5 minutes, and I'll give you a warning when there's 1 minute remaining. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to address council? Hearing none, we'll now move to old business would not be appropriate since it's this is a special meeting, and so we're going to move directly to the reading of ordinances and resolutions.
Thank you, President Shoemaker. We have 4 items on the agenda this evening. Item number 1 is the first reading of an ordinance to make appropriation for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Chiillicothe, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2026 and ending December 31, 2026.
Ordinance will move to the next agenda, the next ordinance.
Item number 2 is the first reading of an ordinance appropriating funds for the purpose of making payroll, fringe, and pensions for the remainder of 2025 and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Creed.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3-read rule, please.
Second by Ms. Dunn. And the clerk will call the roll relative to the waiver of the 3-read rule.
Payne,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
The 3-read rule is waived. The clerk will call the roll relative to the ordinance.
Payne,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
The ordinance is adopted. The next resolution.
My apologies. Item number 3 is the first reading of a resolution authorizing the submission to the electors of the City of Chiillicothe, Ohio, of a 0.2% municipal income tax levy dedicated to the maintenance of paving and street construction for a period of 10 years, and directing the clerk of council to file the necessary documents with the Ross County Board of Elections for placement on the May 5th, 2026 ballot.
Resolution will move to the next agenda, the next item.
Item number 4 is an ordinance removing unnecessary appropriations from the books of the City of Chiillicothe for various funds and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Creed,
President Shoemaker, I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3-read rule, please.
second by Mr. McQuirt. And the clerk will call the roll relative to the waiver of the 3-read rule.
Payne,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed,
Yes.
3-read rule is waived. The clerk will call the roll relative to the ordinance.
Payne,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. If there's nothing else to come before council, I would accept a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. McQuirt, second by Ms. Dunn, and the clerk will call the roll.
Payne,
Yes.
McCourt,
Yes.
Barnes,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Dement,
Yes.
Preston,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Creed.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you.